Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ulsil, and in today's video we are going to do a review on this Viseart Petit Fours Lilas Palette. This is my newest addition when it comes to eyeshadows in my collection. I have told you a little bit about the backstory of why I decided to get this eyeshadow palette, but long story short, I needed a new taupe palette. I was looking a little bit on ColourPop and some other places to look for a cool taupe eyeshadow palette because that's what I wanted. I looked at the Going Coconuts, and it's a taupe. They were great, but I ended up getting this one, and the reason is, one, I wanted to try Viseart. Two, these are the most affordable ones, I feel like, when it comes to the Viseart eyeshadows, if you want to try them out. Three, these are known to be good quality. I was expecting not to be disappointed, I guess what I'm trying to say. And also, this is small and convenient. I wasn't really looking for a huge taupe eyeshadow palette because I feel like you can get a long way with just a few taupes, but I did wanted some more taupes in my collection. Okay, so that was not a long story short. Anyways, I will say right off the bat, I do not regret this palette, but there are a few cons, but mostly pros when it comes to this palette. So I also found a few dupes in my collection I'm going to share with you. Some of them are exact dupes, some are like close enough, so I wouldn't call them dupes, but I want to show some that are pretty close. So from what I can see, this retails at about $22. It's cruelty-free. Viseart is cruelty-free. And it comes in this sort of packaging. I think it's very sleek and elegant and so cute. So you just pull this one and it opens like that, and it has this little plastic cover, which I've decided to keep this for as long as I can because it just protects the eyeshadows so much. I haven't tried to remove these, but these are supposed to be magnetic. And that was fairly simple. Okay. So you can do that if you want to remove these and put them in a larger magnetic palette instead, or just depot them for some reason. It doesn't have a mirror, but I think it's okay because it just reduces the price. It comes with two matte taupey-ish shadows, I will describe them in a minute, and two shimmery metallics. What's great about this palette is that you can go all natural, like an everyday kind of look, but you can also go pretty dramatic. I think I'm gonna give you a few examples that I've tried and experimented with these past few weeks. So let's just start by swatching these. So it says on the back here the name of each color. So we've got let's start with Lilas, which is this matte shade on top here. So this is described as a light muted mauve with a matte finish. Then we have Tiramisu, which is described as a light cool taupe with a matte finish. This does not swatch very well. None of these swatch great, but they do apply on the eyes really well, so it doesn't really matter. Then we have Fondant, which is described as an iced silver rose with shimmer finish. Then lastly, right here is Argente, which is described as a silver with shimmer finish. And I will show you the dupes that I found in my collection. The dupe that I have for Lilas is in the BH Cosmetics Smitten in Switzerland palette, and the shade is this one right here, which is called Lucerne. I think these are very similar. It's the one right here. And then the next shade, the Tiramisu. This is not an exact dupe, but it's close enough. It's the Makeup Geek Unexpected. It has a little bit more of a lilac to it, or like lavender tone to it than this one. A little less taupe than this one, but pretty close, I'd say. All right, my next dupe is from Inglot, from the Freedom System eyeshadows from Inglot. So this is number 153, and I mean, this is, I cannot see a difference. These are like exact dupes. This next dupe is actually making me a little bit happy because I am going to declutter this when the year is over, because this is my Panda palette for this year, and it's the Zoeva and Taupe. This one is kind of a replacement for this palette. But anyways, the last shade in the Viseart Petite palette is a dupe for a shadow in here, or the other way around. The outline, I'm not going to show you because then you will see my progress, so sorry about that. But if you want to see my progress in this palette, check out my Panda palette videos. Anyways, the outline shade, which is actually the shade I don't really care for too much in this palette, is so close to this Argente shade. So this is what that looks like. I mean, that's pretty close, right? But the thing is that this is not very pigmented anymore, and that's the main reason why I don't really enjoy it. And so I'm really happy that I've sort of got a good pigmented replacement for that eyeshadow, and now I really enjoy that tone of an eyeshadow so much more. I didn't think I really liked any sort of eyeshadows in that tone because I didn't like the outline shadow, but yeah, no, I do. So today I did my sort of go-to look that I've done with this eyeshadow palette. I took some of Tiramisu just in the crease and a little bit in the outer V, and then I sort of topped it or deepened it with the Lilas palette eyeshadow, sorry. And then I went in with Argente in the outer V, just a little bit. And I did experiment with whether because so far I've only used my finger to apply these metallics, and it's been working great. And I've also only used glitter glue with them, and that has worked really nice as well. But today I tried without the glitter glue, and also I tried to apply the metallic shades with a brush. So I did that. It didn't work out too well. I decided to use my finger after all, because that's really what works the best with all metallics for me, to be honest. And so I did a little bit of Argente in the outer V, and then I went in with fondant on my, like, 2/3 of my eyelid, and also in the inner corner as a highlight. It works really nice as an inner corner highlight. I also did my lower lash line with the Tiramisu shade, and I really like the way that turned out. I also did some other looks these past few weeks. Let's see if I can find any of them. So there was one, I'm probably going to show you some of these looks in another video, I'm guessing, but there was one look where I sort of mixed the essence, I like to move it with the Viseart palette, and that turned out really nice and soft and muted, just the way I like it. And then I also did just a super simple look with only the 2 matte shades. It was almost impossible to see that I've actually applied any eyeshadow, to be quite honest, but it just gave a little bit of a cool tone on my lids, so it was fine. I also mixed the Viseart, all of the shades, with the Shears & Moyla shade, which is a kind of silvery taupe from the Zoeva palette. And then I did more of a glam look using the darkest metallic from the Viseart palette all over my lid, and I just topped it a little bit with the ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in Ritz, and then I did Spun Pearl from the Zoeva palette in my inner corner. So those were some looks that I've tried with this palette. I've really enjoyed using it. Now I will tell you some pros and some cons. To conclude this video, I've already told you I love this palette as a whole. I love the feel and look of it. It's sleek, elegant, travel friendly. I love that it's magnetic. I love that you can use it as an everyday eyeshadow palette, but you can go glam with it as well. But I will say it's very difficult to deepen the looks with this, with only using this palette. I feel like these two matte shades are just a little bit too light to be able to deepen it up. If you have a medium to dark skin tone, I don't think this palette is for you, because this shade is barely showing on me. I mean, it does, I like it because I am so fair that it gives a really light, cool toned matte look on me, and it's a great transitional shade. So I do like it, but it's not a versatile shade that would work for many skin tones, I don't think. This is a little bit more pigmented than that one. I think this shade is very nice, but you can build it a little bit, but again, it's not, you can't really deepen the look very much with this. I really love the metallic shades. They are amazing, a great formula. They're probably the best metallic shades I've ever tried, just because they pack a punch. They are so pigmented, but the best part is that they have very little to none fallout, with or without a glitter glue. I feel like there was very, very little fallout. I mean, you had to take it off a little bit, but compared to a lot of metallic shades that I've tried, these are some of the best when it comes to fallout and actually staying on the lid. I think that, I don't know if you can see, let me try to show you this shade from my Zoeva Taupe palette. This sort of matte lavender, cool muted lavender shade would be perfect in replacement of this shade. Or I could replace it with that one, but just one of these matte shades I would love to have had just a little bit of a deeper tone to it. I think that would have completed the eyeshadow palette even more and make it more versatile. But other than that, I absolutely love this palette. I do not regret buying it. I think it's gorgeous. Really nothing bad to say about this palette. It's beautiful. That completes the video. I really hope you got something out of this. I hope that you enjoyed watching and that this made your decision easier whether or not you should get one of these. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time.